Hey everybody, it's John. In this video, I'm going to show you how to update PDFs in your website. This is by far the most popular request for support that we receive through our live support and through training. So I'm going to show you how to update a PDF in your website a couple of different ways, and let's dive right in. Okay, so I've got a demo page here in this help website where we've got a link to a PDF, and I want to make sure that I make this point that this is not a file, right? This is a hyperlink that's linking to a file. So a lot of folks think, that they drop the file into this page, but that's not actually what's happening. You're linking to a file, and the files that go into your website will always go into the media library. Let's look at the back end of this site. And if I click on media here at the top, it'll take me to the media library, and this is where all images and PDFs go in your website. The websites that we build, typically when we're setting them up, we'll create a folder for each department. For this demo, I created a folder called PDF files. And when you create these folders, you create them right up here where it says new folder. You want to try to make sure that your folder names and all of your file names don't have special characters or spaces in the file names. On your local computer, you can have spaces and it's not a big deal, but on the web, it's a really big deal. So we want to try to not have spaces in file names. So I made a folder here called PDF files, and I have two PDF files here just for a demo. One says file A and one says file B. If I open these PDFs, you can see it says file A inside. And I just made these in Microsoft Word and saved them out as a PDF. Also, you don't want to put Word documents in your website. You want to always use PDFs instead to make it easier for your customers to get your files. All right. So the goal of this exercise is we've got this link here to the PDF. If I click on it, it's file A, right? So we're linking to that file. And note that when you click on one of these PDFs, if you look up here at the address bar, that's going to clue you in as to where the file is inside the media library. You'll see that this one has the domain in front, help.evogov.com. That's the website we're playing with here. And then it says /media, and that's always going to be the next part of the URL for your files because that's the media library. And then the folder name, the folder name where that file is, which is in this case PDF_files, and then the file name, right? So notice there's no spaces in any of that. That's ideal. All right. So that's how we know where the file is in the media library. So on the back end, you have a couple of options. One option would be that when you're looking at that folder here in the media library, you can just drag your new file in. Another option is to do it while editing the page, and let's see what that looks like. So looking at the URL for the page, not the file, the page, we see that the URL is PDF files, and the name of the page, the title of the page is PDF file link demo, right? So that helps us figure out where is this page. Sometimes folks will come into live chat support with us and say, I need to change a PDF, but they have no idea where the page is. And these are the clues that tell you, how to find the page. So on the back end, you would go to website, manage pages, and then if you had, we only have 3 pages in this simple website, but there could be thousands, right? So you might type in PDF up here and do a filter, and then you would find that page really easily. Click this first link to edit it, and there's that link that we see on the front end of the site, this link to the file. The title that's here is actually coming from the page title up here, okay? So here's our file. We want to put a new file in. How do we do it? Well, just I hit enter a couple of times there to make some space. We hit this big blue button, which exists in many places in the website. This is how you add PDF files to an FAQ, a form, a page, a department homepage, doesn't matter. We'll click that blue button, and in this pop-up, we're actually gaining access to the entire media library in this pop-up. So I'll click the PDF files folder, and then I'll take file B and drag it from my computer to the pop-up. That's going to upload it into that folder. We can see it right there. Click the file name and then insert it into the page. Close the pop-up, and it'll drop the file link into the page. Again, this is not a file. This is a link to the file. By default, it's going to use the name of the file name, but you can overwrite this, right? So I could say click here to see file B, okay? And then just delete everything else. Let me get rid of that. Capital E. All right, so now we have another link. We could just delete the first one. Again, this is just a link. It's not going to delete the file per se, but you could just type your new link, and then let's hit save. And then if we want to view this page, we hit view live page up here. Now we have two links. Clicking the first one opens file A. Clicking the second one opens file B. Now when I did that, I didn't make file B open in a new tab. Notice that when I click it, it stays in the same tab. That's a choice that you have. So when you're editing these links, you can actually click on the link. You'll see the little pencil to edit it, and then you can choose to open it in a new tab by checking the box. Hit update. You have to resave the page. Let's go refresh the page. And now when we click file B, opens in a new tab. So that's how you update a link to a PDF in a page. It's not really a replace function. In this case, we just added a second file. And then if we wanted that first file to go away, you just swipe over it with your mouse, backspace, and it's gone. It's not going to hurt anything. And then you can hit save. And we'll only have the one link. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you change, that's how you upload a PDF and make the change. Now that I've shown you the basics of that, there's a couple of other things to note, especially for meeting files. Meeting files like an agenda, minutes, addendums, resolutions, things like that, you don't want to put those into a page, and you don't want to put those into an FAQ. They should go into our meeting management section, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to show you a customer site, leanj.org. So here's a customer. I'm going to go to the back end of this city, this township. I'm going to log in. Let's go look at one of their meetings. So we're going to manage events and meetings. This will take a second because they have a lot of them in here. There it is. All right, so we've got, these are into the future. Let's go to one that's more current. And again, I could filter these, right? So if I just wanted to see the commissioner meetings, let's say Board of Commissioners, apply filter, that'll just show me meetings from that calendar. So let me go down to one that's already happened. Okay, so here's a Board of Commissioners meeting. And why am I showing you meetings if we're talking about PDFs? Well, because 9 times out of 10, the PDFs that need to go up urgently into a municipal website are meeting files. Again, they should not go into pages. They should go into the actual meetings that go into your website. And I'm going to show you why. So in this commissioners meeting, we see what calendars it's on over here. And your website should not just have one calendar. It should have a calendar for every committee, board, commission, and so on. On the meeting files tab, we have dedicated file fields for meeting files, right? So we've got agendas. There's an audio recording of the meeting. There could be packets or attachments, minutes, a video file, ordinances, resolutions, bill lists, you know, what bills are being paid at that meeting and voted on, staff reports from departments. And then if there was a YouTube video or some other outside link to a video of the meeting, you could put that here. And if also web meeting credentials would go here. So in the first area here, you might type Zoom meeting or Microsoft Teams or Google Meet or whatever it is that you're using. And then the link and the ID and passcode. Now, once this meeting's in the past, the web meeting information won't show on the homepage, but all your meeting files should go here. All right. So then the other reason to do that is because let's look at the website again. If I go to meeting dashboard, this URL is built into every site we host. You'll see that we're automatically creating an archive of all the files for every month, for every year, for every calendar going back, to eternity. So this site was built quite a while ago, and you can see over time they eventually, hopefully, well, this one doesn't have. This is a weird one. Meeting schedules. I don't even know what that is, but here's a typical calendar. Let's look at this one. Here's a committee, right? And you've got your agendas, minutes, resolutions, attachments. This is perfect. So if you're just putting meeting files into any old page, then it's a simple page. It doesn't really have smarts. It's not tied to anything. It doesn't create an archive. It's just going to create more work for you. So again, meeting files should go into meeting events, and you handle that through the meetings and events. If you need training on that, let us know. We'll have a separate video for that. Last thing is bulk PDF uploads. So when I uploaded this file B, I only uploaded one file, but you could literally upload 20, 50 files at once, and they'll all go up into the media library. If you find that you're needing to show dozens or hundreds or even thousands of PDFs as like an archive, there's a better way than putting manual links into a page. We actually have an application in our system where you can show a file browser that lets you create archives. And we do have customers that have PDF archives that go back, 100 years. And the only way to do that without driving yourself crazy and putting a link to every single file is to use the file browser, do a bulk upload, and then show the media library live in the public site where people can browse every year and see the old archives. So that's a way to do that. We don't want to see folks hurt themselves by sitting there and manually creating links to PDFs. For hundreds or thousands of them, there's almost always a better way than that. So please don't do that. Again, if you need assistance or help, you can use our live chat. And then if you have new hires and you're not really sure how a lot of things work in the CMS, you definitely need training. We do charge for that, but it's worth it. It's not very expensive. Get in touch with our team and we'll help you out with that. I hope this quick tutorial showed you how to add a PDF to your site and update it on your own. Thanks.